1 minute. Okay. 1 minute, guys.
The lines have formed outside Hollywood's famous Hard Rock Cafe. Inside, the set is going up at a frantic pace. The countdown has begun. SoCal's radio legend 95.5 KLOS FM is about to go live. Welcome to Breakfast with the Beatles.
KLOS and KLOS HD1 Los Angeles.
Welcome to Breakfast with the Beatles.
I think we're ready for your favorite chord. Dave, hit it. Good morning.
My first question is obviously going to be, have you always been a Beatles fan?
Yes, I've always been a Beatles fan.
The man behind the smile and the mic is Chris Carter. His warm voice means Sunday morning to so many who tune in for a magical musical tour each week. Today, it's my turn to get behind the mic with Chris and our old pal Shag, the artist who's made mid-century modern again. We're here to talk about the 100th anniversary of the Hollywood sign and Shag's really cool artwork.
From the Hard Rock in Hollywood, our guests, Shag and Alison Martino, are here to talk to you about Hollywood.
And by the way, the 100-year anniversary is not the only anniversary right now. It's Breakfast with the Beatles' 40th anniversary. Come on, guys.
The Beatles on their way to the Hollywood Bowl.
The year is 1964. The Beatles finally make it to Hollywood. Nothing would ever be the same.
And when the Beatles made their appearance on stage, it was like an explosion.
For the Beatles, it was an adult's world. And then the Beatles happened, and all of a sudden, it was a kid's world. Should we hear Honey Pie? You can all sing along if you like. Hit it, Dave. Would you like to go inside, Allison?
Please.
Why, let me take you in.
After the show, Chris invited me back to his LA home. I consider myself a Beatles collector, but I am no match for my friend.
Those NBC
What is
chair.
that?
Why, that's an NBC chair sat on possibly by Elvis, not Costello.
This is the NBC Comeback Special Chairs,
That's right. Yes.
There was only one way to find out. There's the king making his comeback on those very same blue chairs. Chris has the set.
Here,
I'm going to let you sit in this chair.
Can I really sit in
You can sit in this chair, I promise you.
This is amazing.
feel
And you
shaken
know what's so
too.
great about it is that it says it. The way it says NBC.
Right.
It's very whimsy-like.
And that was just the entry room. Once inside, my mind was blown.
Oh, stop.
Yes.
No. What?
This is where,
Everywhere you looked was a collector's dream. I wanted everything.
More
and of course, if you want to go to the Batcave,
No!
then if you come over here, the sickness continues.
The sickness
Yeah,
continues.
because I have every possible
Stop.
look from every country. Yep.
So show me where you do the show.
Oh, right over
Okay.
here.
And of course here.
I sit
with
here,
all this creativity
And
around
that's
you.
basically, so that's a song, right? So there's a song, it's the end of Glass Onion.
Yeah.
So if I say to myself, boy, I want to put George Harrison next, here's Savoy Truffle. So it goes, right? So there you go. But so then I do
Excellent.
that for the whole show,
Yeah.
and I do that every Sunday, and I build the shows that way, and then I bring it in on a CD, and that's it.
Chris is at it 8 days a week, all of it from this home studio. He preps a daily dose of Breakfast with the Beatles for Sirius XM, along with Chris Carter's British Invasion. Then there's KLOS, old school radio with SoCal at the center of the Beatleverse.
They loved California.
I think they did.
They liked it for all the reasons, everyone who didn't grow up here that moved here liked it.
For Beatle John Lennon, the time that he spent in Los Angeles is known as the Lost Weekend. And that's probably because he spent a couple of crazy nights at the legendary Troubadour.
My name is May Pang, and this is my story.
Lennon's Lost Weekend is now part of a new documentary by then secret girlfriend, May Pang.
The Lost
And-
Weekend, a love story.
Yes.
Very good. I was very impressed by that film because, you knew the story, but you didn't know the story.
Yoko walked into my office and said, John and I are not getting along. I want you to go out with him.
You know, they had this beach house, and John was going to work with Harry, and you know, Paul McCartney's there.
Harry is musician Harry Nilsson.
Well, this is John and May and the great Peter Lawford right there, and Harry Nilsson, and they're at the Troubadour, and there's Harry, and then, you know, John had a couple of these Brandy Alexanders, and so, you know, they just started heckling and having fun, and, you know, the next thing you know, they were thrown out.
This is Paul McCartney saying, "This is where it's at, Chris. Take it."
All right, let's talk about that guest list.
Well, Paul's called in a bunch of times, and he actually put me in his movie.
Hi, this is Paul McCartney, and you're listening to Breakfast with the Beatles and Chris Carter.
We are back. 7.1 KLSX Breakfast with the Beatles.
So we have Paul from Los Angeles on a cell phone who knows the answer to this week's quiz question. The question...
Hi, Chris.
Hey, Paul, how are
you doing?
Not too bad.
Yeah, I've got the answer.
When he called into the show and he won a Ringo record. Fantastic!
So what is the future of Breakfast with the Beatles?
Just gonna keep going. Just keep going like Paul and Ringo. Thanks for coming.